Hey, I have a question for you. What do you do when you have a divine burden and you don't know what to do with it? You know, something that you know you're supposed to do, and you see it and you say, somebody needs to do something. Someone needs to get this done. Somebody needs to do it. And then you go, you know what? It might as well be me. What do you do with that? Because your divine burden will go and move you to a divine direction of what God wants you to do. So think about that right now. What is your divine burden? What is that thing? Maybe it's losing 20 pounds. Maybe it's getting your relationship in a healthier place. Maybe it's starting a business, or maybe starting a small group, or whatever it may be. What is your divine burden that God is putting on your heart to get done? And then what do we need to do it? Well, there are 6 steps based off the story of Nehemiah. Nehemiah is a good guy, but he was only a cupbearer. A cupbearer was not somebody that was really that important. He basically tasted the wine for the king. And you'd say, yeah, that's a great job, Problem is, if someone poisoned the wine, which is why he was tasting it, then he's dead. And the king would go, well, I guess I don't drink that wine right there. Get me a new cupbearer. And so he didn't have much of a job security there. And here he comes and he says, God, I have this burden to rebuild the wall of Jerusalem. The wall of Jerusalem is 2.5 miles around the city of Jerusalem. It was averaging 39 feet high, 8 feet wide. This guy's not a contractor, and God is putting in his heart to get this done. He has this burden in his heart. And so he goes, I don't know what to do. Have you ever been there where you believe God has you to do something and you just don't know what to do and you feel stuck? That was him, but what he did is 6 things that I'd like us to look at this week. We talked about them this weekend. Let's go over them this week. And you'll see from Justin and myself different things. So let's look at the first couple of them. The first thing that he didn't just go try to find a money guy, didn't try to find other people. He went to God first. That's the first thing he did. What I'd like to do is read out of Nehemiah 1:4b, and it says this. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. You hear that? He went to God first. Sometimes I want to get things done in my own power. I'm sure you've done that. If we would just stop and say, God, I don't know how to do this. I'm in that place right now. God, I don't know how to do this. Show me, God, what to do. And then the second thing he did, not just only go to God, but then he asked for God's success. Look what it says in Nehemiah 1:11. It says, Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of your servant and to the prayer of your servants who delight in revering your name. That's you and I. Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man. I was a cupbearer of the king. Now, I believe he says I was a cupbearer of the king just to remind how small he was. And then now he's saying, God, I'm asking for your help. And I'm asking not only for help, but I'm asking for success. I mean, big success. And we'll talk about that later on, but think about this. What is your divine burden? What is it God wants you to do? And instead of getting stuck and not doing anything, because sometimes we let the start stop us, maybe we should just have the faith to start. And the first thing that we do is go to God about that burden. And secondly, we ask for God's success with that burden. And don't think about, oh gosh, I don't have this big thing that I'm thinking about. A big thing, like I said, could be losing 10 pounds. It could be just starting a small group. It could be just getting some projects done. It could be any of those things, and it could be something really huge. But whatever it is, let's think about bringing it to God first. Ask for his success. And then we'll talk about the rest that Nehemiah did in eventually building this wall in 52 days. Pretty crazy. All right, we'll talk to you later on this week. Have a great day.